Select drop point. Let's go drop in the river area. Gives us reasonably good access to the other biomes, except the other river area and the smaller Arctic area. Okay, so basically this game is a crafter builder. We are sent down to do various troubleshooting missions for and supply missions for corporations that are running a space station in orbit around the place that we're working. If anyone has Icarus and wants to join me, you're more than welcome. Just add me on Steam and jump in. So we're going to pop this guy in the water thing, this guy in the oxygen thing. Yep. And we need some, because I don't have sufficient resources to back the fuck away from the wolf. And we want to craft a wooden spear, stone knife, stone pickaxe, stone axe, bow, sorry, Papa, but you are a good source of the things we need. This is the first time I've run an open world mission. Basically, in the open world scenario, you create the tech you need to communicate with orbit, and they give you missions to do without having to go back and turn missions in after each step. It's a bit more efficient. You can get more done. So we're going to need shelter, we're going to need food. Oh, we dropped our axe. So we collect trees using pickaxes, we collect minerals using, collect trees using axes, we use pickaxes for stone and other minerals. Need a bandage. Might as well create as many as we can. Yes. Mind Wander out of Vespin Ghost. We do have a stamina marker which consumes which responds to consuming food. Like, you fill it back up with food, but when you consume food, you recharge the ability to fill your stamina marker effectively. Right. Hey, there we go. So I have a perk which, when you for every hit of a mineral node, including rock, there's a chance it will actually collect the whole node, which in the case of rocks can be quite a bit. Fortunately, there are some things that rock is quite important for. So let's get set up. We do have limited oxygen and water resources. However, because I've got full tanks of each, or nearly full tanks of each, there's not a lot to be done there. Normally, if you don't have those already canned resources, you have to go and collect them pretty quickly to not asphyxiate or dehydrate. What I want to do is start by having a kind of bridge across a narrow chunk of one of these rivers. Bridge bases have some basic advantages which are kind of nice. Yeah, I think this would be a good spot. Okay, so we're going to craft a bunch of stone piles. And we're just gonna plonk them down in a stack. Hopefully me. I don't like dying on a bridge when the bridge is the base, but sometimes it happens. Don't know if you know Valheim well, but there's a sort of an event that happens in each biome where the biome comes alive and starts spamming critters at you. You get a similar sort of thing in Icarus with wolves and bears and that sort of thing, depending on the level you're in and the level of difficulty you're at. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to start by creating a bunch of... Actually, let's start with some seed bars. Or a seed bar. Better to have some food than none. We'll have a raw carrot as well. We'll pick up a bunch of these reed flowers as well, just to get us started. We're going to need lots and lots more fiber. I'm going to be doing the quickest sort of build that I can just to get us up and running, so as not to be too boring, but there will be a little bit of a time overhead in getting the initial setup done. Just because it takes time to gather resources, right? Okay, that will probably be enough to get us started. So we're going to start with wooden beams. Yeah, 100%. Start 40. And we'll hack down some more trees. You might remember that perk I was talking about with the fast mining. I've got a similar thing for trees. Tree punching. Yeah, look, fair enough. It's not inaccurate. Okay, and that should give us enough to start building once you've laid down a beam in a particular orientation, it'll start mapping all beams to that, or all building pieces to that same orientation. So the way I make these bridge bases is I'll usually have a two-story thing. Where the first story will be the bed of the bridge. There'll be a partial building, like a downstairs building section. And then I'll build an upstairs that has a bit more space, double wide but quite long. And after a while I'll probably extend that out a little bit further. So we'll need another 50 odd of these. Yeah, I I don't think I've played Factorio. I'm not quite sure what constitutes by hand in that game, but fuck. But I've been watching some Satisfactory, and that game's got its own subtleties. Alright, although I've decided if I ever get Satisfactory, I will make the silliest, most chaotic version of a factory layout possible. Just on principle. The game is supposed to be a kind of capitalism simulator, in terms of how capitalism, satirical capitalism simulator, but in terms of how capitalism consumes and optimizes resource usage. Okay. This game does start getting weather pretty early, and you do have to take steps to manage fatigue.